asked her out today.
Susie. Just looking at whole responsible for Susie.
Since it is.
I don't think so. Not gonna let her down like that.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
I blame it for everybody else.
And I heard,
There you go.
and I heard that this. Yeah, no, no, no.
All right, let's call this meeting to order, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can I have a roll call, please?
Village President Hawkins,
Here.
Mr. Bruni, absent.
Absent, yes.
Mr. Dedlaw. Here. Mr. Morgan.
Present.
Mr. Bassini. Present. Ms. Whirl.
Here.
Ms. Wheeler.
Present. All right, normally. Normally, I would just ask for a motion. I'm gonna actually review the minutes from the last meeting just because the video from the last meeting didn't have sound. So I'll just quickly skim over them. For public comments, Christine Wick addressed us. She came to the board considering some code changes for their building. They would like to possibly live or build some type of structure in the building to be able to live in the back of it. And they are working on a coffee shop, I believe, yes, a coffee shop to go along with the bike shop. So that was one of the things in the public comments. I obviously stated we need a new there's gonna be five seats, 6 seats up for nomination in April, plus the president's seat. So everyone or anyone who would like to get involved, please do that. There was no court. I reported on the Main Street project. We did have, it was closed for one day. It was not supposed to be, and I believe they are almost done with that project. There's a lot of stone still out there. I think might need to be cleaned up, but that project is basically done. Moving on, ordinances and insurance, Ms. Weedle adopted a resolution for the purchase of the of real estate property, which is also known as the Pepin property. For streets and alleys, Mr. Bassini. Oh yeah, that's right. We had to address the sinkhole. We're getting complaints about a sinkhole on Griffin. Is it Griffin or no? Park Lane, I apologize. The Willis. Okay, there is or was a sinkhole on Willis. It is Aqua's responsibility to fix that sinkhole. So if there are still complaints about the sinkhole, we can't do anything about it. It's Aqua's problem. If we try to fix it, Aqua will come back and say, you had no right to fix it. Now it's all your problem. So as far as that sinkhole, if it is not fixed yet, it is still Aqua's responsibility. The furnace at the shop is going to be replaced. Leaf pickup signs are available at the village. I had one last week. I don't have one this week. It's a yellow sign or a little yellow tag you can put on your garbage can. Getting quotes for 2 streetlights that are still out and not in repair. Leaf pickup. Oh yeah, leaf pickup is suspended. I had mentioned at the last meeting, please do not throw leaves into the street like you would snow because you will get fined. You cannot throw snow into the street. You cannot rake leaves and throw them into the street thinking the village will pick them up. And you cannot burn them. Yes, I did bring up the ordinance at the last meeting. So that will be enforced by our officers. There is no warnings. If you are seen blowing leaves into the street or raking them into the street, there are no warnings. Correct, Chief?
Correct.
Thank you. Finance, Mr. Morgan talked about a TIF application that we are going to talk about tonight. Outreach or community outreach, Mr. Detloff gave us the information about Serve Air. We will be doing a Veterans Day celebration on November 11th at 11:11 a.m. at the community center. Sidewalks of property owners, whether you're a business or a residential owner, you are responsible to weed your sidewalk, make it look nice like all the other sidewalks. It is the person who lives or rents or owns that building is responsible to keep your sidewalk clean. That also will be being enforced very heavily. Come next spring, or if we have issues this year. I'm sorry, did someone say something? No? Community, Oh, yes, do not put things into other people's mailboxes. If you are like a local business and you're trying to get your name out there, it is a federal offense to put something into someone else's mailbox and not go through the post office. Buildings and grounds, we talked about the water heater at the maintenance building, also needs to be replaced. Ms. Warhol, let us know that we did pick up our new police vehicle. Myself, I invited everyone to the VSR Realty grand opening. That was very successful. GPYBSA, our rec summer and softball, baseball, softball rec program is donating all the leftover candy from the concession stand to the village for Halloween this year. It is quite a bit of candy. So that will be nice. The village hall roof. Oh, yes, it's been leaking. I did speak to our, what is he called? Chris Christensen. Building inspector. He did take a look at it. We are working on that. We did waive the fee. We are going forward, going to waive the fee for the foundation for when they rent the park building. At previously, they had been paying full price for all of the parties and events they were putting out here for the village. They are a 501(c)(3) fundraising thing, so anyone else that has that, we do not charge them full price for the park. So going forward, the foundation will not be, we took a vote and the foundation will not be responsible for paying anything to use the community building. With that, is there a motion to approve minutes from last meeting?
I'll move to approve the October 7th meeting minutes
Thank you,
as
sir.
presented and reviewed.
I'll second.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I did it quick.
You did right.
Okay, motion to approve the previous meeting minutes. What is the date for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still
October 7th. Motion is made by Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
seconded by Mr. Detlow.
Yes.
Mr. Pacini,
Yes.
Ms. Whirl,
Yes.
and Ms. Wheeler.
Yes.
Steve, you paying attention? You know he's leaving again, so we're gonna ask you to. Okay, sorry. Do we have any public comments?
I do not see any list here. No.
Would anyone like to say anything? No? Okay. Do we have a motion? I'm sorry. Do we have is there a motion to approve bills for payment and payroll?
Yes, I move to approve bills for payment dated October 17th, 2024 from the corporate general fund in the amount of $14,646.15. Also dated October 17th from the sewer sale fund, $8,667. Also dated October 17th from the motor fuel tax fund, $572.74. Also moved to approve payroll ending October 7th in the amount of $5,958.93. Also, ending October 9th, the stipend of $3,500, and ending October 12th, the amount of $19,705.95.
Thank you, sir.
I'll second.
Any questions about any of these bills or payroll?
Oh, but I wish they were stapled in order this time. Anyone else is stapled out of order?
No,
I
they-
could not follow along. I'm sorry, I'm going.
Apparently there's no question.
No questions? Okay. We have a motion on the floor to approve the following bills for payment. Dated October 17th, general fund, $14,646.58. Sewer sale fund, $8,667 even. Motor fuel tax, $572.74. Payroll, ending October 7th, in the amount of $5,958.93. October 9th stipend of $3,500 even. And a payroll ending October 12th in the amount of $19,705.95. Motion is made by Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
Seconded by Ms. Weedle.
Yes.
Mr. Detloff? Yes. Mr. Pacini?
Yes.
And Ms. Whirl?
Yes.
Department reports, Mr. Clerk Scott Tillman.
Have nothing to add other than to reiterate what you said. There is still time if anyone likes to, wanted to take out a petition for any of the 4 trustee positions, clerk or village president, that are up for re-election. They must be turned in by November 12th through the 18th at the village hall. The signed petitions as well as the other necessary papers, but they're all sitting there ready for you. Aside from that, I want to add that the fire department on Sunday is having a truck and treat from 1 to 4. And last I heard, they had 16 vendors there to hand out treats for the kids that they know of. And it's kind of an open house thing. There will be light lunch available and bounce house and things like that for the kids to have some fun. It's weather predicted right now, it's supposed to be in the 60s.
Mhm.
So it should be a nice day,
What were the hours, Scott?
1 to 4.
Thank you.
And do they
And
have
that's
our
all I-
chairs yet, or are you helping
Pardon
them? Do they have our chairs yet, or are you helping them get the metal chairs?
I just found out that the metal chairs that are here were out there
Yeah,
and was asked to be returned because we had a big wedding, needed more chairs than what we had, which they did, but they never got them back.
well, yeah, we never,
So they are, I have it set up with Ben to
okay,
get them Sunday morning. They're gonna come with a couple pickup trucks and take them back and they can keep them.
they can hold on to the metal ones for now, yes.
Okay.
Until if we do have a larger wedding that
May want
calls
some
for
back.
more chairs than we have,
I think they're gonna take just like 50 or something like that.
yeah, no, that's
So
fine.
there's more than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully we can get some more on order. I believe the chairs are still on back order.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Attorney's report. I have nothing. I do know, no, yeah, I have nothing. Neil, engineer's report. Like I said, the Main Street project, it looks like it should be finished up if it's not already by the end of this week. Taylor Street project, I just heard, apparently there is gonna be a little bit of a delay. There's gas lines in the way that I'm not sure how they missed, but we surveyed the area and now there's gas lines, so. I'm gonna be calling Neil about that tomorrow to get an update and find out how they didn't know that in the first place, so.
And if you could get word to the school on what's going on. I've been hit several times on what's going on, why aren't they working today? And
Really?
I said, I don't have an answer for you, sorry.
Okay, well, I've been in contact with John Peeler.
Well, okay, well, then.
Maybe the
he's not
elementary
spreading it, yeah.
school directly, okay.
Yeah.
I can do that. So yeah, I'll be giving him a call tomorrow to find out how long the delay is, when they're gonna start and whatnot, so. Off to ordinances and insurance, Miss Susie Weedle.
Yes, I have, ordinance number O-10-24-1. An ordinance authorizing a tax increment financing agreement between the Village of Grant Park and Keith Brock Insurance and Financial Services. I would like to make a motion to waive the first reading on that.
I'll second that.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, we have a motion to waive first reading of ordinance O-10-24-1 to approve a TIF contract with Keith Brock. Motion is made by Ms. Weedle.
Yes.
Seconded by Mr. Morgan.
Yes.
Mr. Detloff.
Yes.
Mr. Pacini.
Yes.
And Ms. Whirl.
Yeah.
I'd like to make a motion to pass ordinance number O-10-24-1, an ordinance authorizing a tax increment financing agreement between the Village of Grant Park and Keith Brock Insurance and Financial Services Incorporated.
Second.
Thank you, sir.
And just a quick comment before we do
Yes.
vote on it. There are specific sections in here that specifically state that this was an emergency, and that's why we're doing it after he's filed, so that it doesn't come up as a routine anytime in the future.
Or
So
past
it's actually-
practice, yeah.
or- Yes, so it doesn't become past practice because I think there are 2 sections that actually discuss that particularly. That's why we're doing it this way.
Yes, sorry, we when we denied the application originally, we did deny it because the work was already done. This was the one they were talking about in an emergency basis. After discussing it with Mindy and the other attorneys, like Gary said, it is a one-time okay thing to do. It is not something that can be done all of the time. So just going forward with TIF projects. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Motion to pass ordinance O-10-24-1 to approve a TIF contract with Keith Brock Insurance. Motion made by Ms. Weedle,
Yes.
seconded by Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
Mr. Dedloff,
Yes.
Mr. Pacini,
Yes.
Ms. Whirl.
Yeah.
And that is all I have. Thank you. Did you make a copy, Jamie?
I have two things. Next, we have Streets and Alley, Mr. Frank Pacini.
Okay, I talked with Steve, they started working on the parkway on Hilgert Court, where the tree came down.
Okay.
They got the stump out with the help of the township, because they didn't have the equipment to pull the stump out.
Okay.
Let's see here, what we got here. So now they got the dirt going back in. They're doing the concrete, I think today, they did it.
Mhm.
The main issue over there now will be the sprinkler system. It was damaged when the tree went down
Mhm.
and they around the lines. So when the stump came out, so did the lines.
Mhm.
So they're working on that.
Well, I spoke with that homeowner about those sprinkler lines and he's agreed if they were gonna be damaged, he was gonna be responsible for them. So we're not, are we trying to fix them or
No,
are
I
we
guess,
just helping them? Okay,
yeah,
okay. Just making sure. I'm sorry, did you say that was it?
no. Another thing is, Steve had to bring the Dodge over to replace the front axle U joints on the Dodge this week.
Okay.
One other thing here is the two lights on the back / north side of the park will be replaced. The fixtures are LED and there's no bulb to replace. So when they go bad, you pretty much have to replace the whole fixture. So they purchased 2 new ones and they'll be putting them in soon,
So where, I'm sorry, where at?
the back of the park here.
Oh, our part.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, gotcha.
And one other thing here is Matt Smith, the Smith Electric, said that he would be out this week, early next week to work on the light poles.
Oh, the ones that are out and, okay.
That's all I got.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Finance Committee, Mr. Gary Morgan.
Yes, usually the TIF is an ordinance and a contract and they kind of lump together in the same package. But usually we pass the contract separately. So I move to approve the TIF contract for Keith Brock in an amount not to exceed $5,000.
Also too, Gary didn't mention, we're paying it out in one lump sum. Which we normally don't do in TIFs. Normally it's spread out. This is such a small amount and it was needed in an emergency basis. So we are just cutting one check, probably as soon as this is.
Yeah, we'll do it at the next meeting.
Okay. So that is an unusual thing with TIFs, so I just wanted to let.
And again, this is the fastest TIF we think we've ever done from beginning to end. Usually they take 6 months.
It happened so fast. I was like, we're doing a TIF? Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
But he's pretty well documented on
Yes.
all the information
Yes.
with the photographs and everything's
Mhm.
detailed.
Yes.
So I don't think there would be any way to deny this.
No.
no, it's, yeah, just the one caveat was.
Right,
Yeah,
and then like you mentioned, the small amount, he's already put everything forward in the work and everything, so.
yeah,
And he explained that he's just that amount short, so I think it's a small amount and it's the easiest way to do it.
yeah. And yeah, any other, I mean, like. We would do that for anyone. Wouldn't just have, if it was someone's house and it was an emergency thing and they're in the TIF and they filled out everything correctly. And the lawyer said it was okay, that's just the type of, like, we just have to ask.
Well, that packet is pretty well detailed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you just
so-
follow the instructions.
Right.
so.
Yeah, and Mindy always writes a nice report too. She covers all the bases.
Yeah.
So that's good. And one thing you need to know is the Tiffin. That's not it.
Mhm.
Tiffin property
Mhm.
is not in the TIF district.
Yes,
So
which
no
is
TIF
weird,
money goes
because
to
it's the oldest house in the town. But anyways,
anyway, moving on.
can you?
That's all I have.
It's so
Sorry.
silly. Can you, speak a little bit about the food bingo?
Oh, yeah.
Let us know how successful it
Food
was.
bingo was very
It
successful.
was so much
They had
fun.
A lot of help from a lot of people. Of course, a lot of people showed up. I think had a decent time and the foundation made a decent amount of money. So that's always what it's about. And appreciate all those of you who came or who helped with setting it up and taking care of it. So, yeah, it was great.
It was
And
fun,
again, all that money is gonna go back to projects in Grand Park.
yes, to pay, yeah, or whatever they do. I mean, I even snuck in there and got to call bingo.
Yes, you did.
They
Yes.
bingoed on like 11 numbers. It was the fastest bingo ever. I don't know how. I was like, can I do it again? But
You do have.
Was she on the list of the bad jokes or no?
no, they,
Yeah, it's like, she should have had one of those awful jokes. I mean, I had to listen to those.
Yeah.
They were worse than you.
I would say you need to spread them out.
they got quite a few boos on that one,
Oh,
but yeah, they were trying, but yes, no, it was quite a bit of fun. I jumped in and helped you on
Yeah,
a
you
couple of
did.
those multi-bingos
Yeah, you did.
because
Yeah,
people
fix it.
were just, boy.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun though. If you haven't been to one, I would go to one. It's just a good time. They used a local business for the food. Yeah, it just all goes back into the village, so. Enough about that. Community Outreach Committee, Mr. Ben Detloff.
I have two things this evening. At our last meeting, the village president made us aware that the foundation, when they use the building, pay full price. So when our village attorney was here, we took a straw vote and he said we can make it formal at the next meeting. So at this time, I would like to make a motion that when the Grand Park Foundation uses the building, they get the building rent-free.
We have a second?
Okay, motion to approve, free park rental for the Grant Park Foundation events. Motion is made by Mr. Dedlock,
Yes.
seconded by Ms. Whirl.
Yes.
Mr. Morgan?
I am not a member of the board of the foundation, but because of my connection closely to it, I think I better abstain.
Understand.
Yes.
Mr. Cassini
Yes.
and Ms. Whittle.
Yes. Okay, to clarify though, they will pay a 150 deposit like everyone else. They will get their deposit back. It's not like don't trust that they won't do it. It's just to hold the spot.
Gary and I talked about that and they roll the money over.
Okay,
And I
that's fine.
said, just as long as someday when you ask for that, we don't have to pay interest on
Right.
the money we're rolling over.
You better give us time. Don't ask it
Yeah,
one lump
Because I don't know how
sum.
long it's been rolling over. So
And the additional note on that is Carrie said that some family has been rolling it over from like 2007 or something. She's not even sure what the payment was back then,
Oh,
but when they finally do ask for it,
When they want
it's
it.
gonna be $150.
Oh, geez, yeah.
And
for
just
sure.
so everybody knows, when they host an event, even though we're giving the building rent free, all that money goes right back into the village.
Oh,
So
yeah.
We're investing, by doing
Back
this, we're
into the
investing right back into the village.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Like I said, I was shocked. I didn't know until Deb
Oh,
told me. I
well.
was like, you guys are paying full price.
I didn't know either, and actually, when they do pay, that money comes out of their personal checking
Yes.
account, which I found out.
No.
It doesn't come out, so anyway, and
My
that's,
secrets are being.
yeah, and that, it's being taken.
We're saving you money here.
Yes,
You guys are
thank you.
doing your wife is doing an amazing thing for a community that, needs it. So it's a
And
good.
there are things that you wouldn't spend village money.
Right,
like The mural, the gazebo,
Yeah.
or the
Well-
plants around the gazebo. I mean,
This is just reinvesting back in the village,
Mhm.
so.
okay.
One other thing that I have at 11 a.m. on the 11th of November, we're going to have a program outside honoring the veterans. We have a guest speaker, trumpet player, a couple pastors from our local churches, and we're going to have refreshments afterwards. So if you're available, please stop by in honoring the veterans on Veterans Day.
What time are we opening the doors?
The doors will be open at 9 AM.
Okay.
We're actually gonna have some folks from Good Shepherd. They're gonna bring people here. I'm gonna have some seating out there for them. Some of the gentlemen would like to come by and be part of this, so.
Awesome.
Anyway, if you're available, please come by. There'll be something for everybody and we'll be able to honor the veterans. That's all I have for this evening.
So we will have the building open, but the thing will be outside.
It'll be outside, unless the weather's bad, then
Yes.
we'll make other arrangements, but, we're gonna have a little ceremony to honor our veterans that day.
I appreciate that, Ben. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Steve.
I have a question regarding the rental hall for the Grant Park Foundation. Does that include the park too?
Yes,
Yes.
Perfect.
So whenever they rented to use that and didn't use this building, they paid for this
Yeah,
building.
I'm thinking everything though.
and again, the option
Well,
always
yes.
was if it rained,
Right.
we'd had this to move into, and it was all there. And a couple of people got let in to use the restroom.
Yeah, no, the way Ben had stated it was for the building.
Well,
in the
yes.
Center, so I just
Yeah,
wanted to make
yeah.
sure.
Well, it's
No problem.
when anyone rents the building, the park is a public park. So renting the building is just the building. Obviously, the way the foundation does it, they don't care if people from the public come in. So they're using the whole area
Okay.
per se, if that makes sense.
And a lot of times the building was rented but never used, but was still paid for.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, ma'am.
Buildings and ground, Ms. Robert Rooney is not here, but like I stated in the earlier minute review, Chris Karstensen, our building inspector, I gave him a call. He did go in, he's a very big man, but he did go in, climbed up the side of the, climbed up in there and did see that we do have, the building next door does have a brick and mortar issue. He is gonna get me some estimates from a couple contractors he knows within the next week or two. They will be handed over to the building owner. And whether their reaction will be our reaction, will dictate our reaction. So, that's the update I have on that. Is there any question? Yes, sir.
One other building matter, the library lights have been fixed, and improved. The 11 lights were installed and they fixed the wiring issues in the back with the plugs or the switches that were goofy, so.
Oh,
that
the
took place.
inside fluorescent light?
Yes. And now they'll last like 25 years or something.
It looks very nice,
Yeah,
very nice.
there, is it like you can actually see now?
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
You can read in the library now,
Yeah.
right?
Even back behind the
yes.
stacks.
Yeah, oh, that's awesome, cool. Anything else?
No, that-
That was the other building, okay.
Yeah, that was the other building thing.
Law Enforcement Committee Chairman, Ms. Morgan Wall.
Yes, I do tonight. The village has been gifted a Polaris ATV, fully equipped with police equipment and had some minor repairs, but it is up and running. And this ATV is very similar to the current one we have. It was a gift from the Matson Police Department.
Nice.
And the ATV that we normally use undergoing some repairs, that's the one that'll plow the walking path and all that. But it's anticipated to be completed within a week or two.
Okay.
So it'll be up and running. And then I do have another question that's kind of semi-related to what you were talking about. Has anybody complained about the lights flickering like they were before with ComEd?
In houses?
Yeah,
I haven't heard anyone. The person that reached out to me never got back to me, so I'm not sure if anyone else is still having light fit. I mean,
it's
it's,
been pretty bad. I called.
Yours
them,
are
they came
still-
and, like checked the box, yeah.
and it was fine or
They
no?
said they'd get back to me. I haven't.
And you haven't?
No.
I'll call.
We had problems.
You
I
have,
guess
problems?
bad.
So what happened
What's your
was,
address?
it was
Or
11
chicken?
o'clock at night and ComEd came out. They had to go into that big box
Yeah.
and they had to replace some fuses in that.
What do
Really?
they do? Cause it's kind of creepy. You're sitting there and it's like
Yeah.
flashing, turns completely off and it'll turn on. At first I'm like, oh, it's my bulb. I bought a lot of light bulbs. It's not my light bulb.
It's,
I'm usually like, oh, I'm having a stroke.
No, I'm so freaked out. It's Halloween. So.
Especially Halloween.
Yeah, right. So I don't know if anybody else has said anything, but mine's been really bad lately.
I haven't gotten, well,
they
obviously,
should come out and look at your transformer.
That's what he said. He was looking to check it out, but I didn't hear anything back. so
okay.
I
Well,
don't
give me
know.
your information after this. I'll call our contact in
Okay.
ComEd, Lisa.
See if
She's
they did
very good.
anything.
She'll look right into it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we haven't had an issue.
Since then,
That's
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's super creepy.
Yeah. No, don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll bully him into fixing it. No, I'm just kidding. Was there anything else?
No, that's it.
No.
Thank you.
Recap last meeting. Okay, so I did most of it. pretty sure I got all of it. I just wanted, oh, the other thing that was not on there. The brothers that do our tar
Great picture.
spray patching, the brothers that did our spray patching, this was at the last meeting, informed us that they prefer not to come back and do any more work for us because of complaints from residents directly to them while they're out there doing the job. The spray patching has brought the village in the last 3 years a long way with potholes, different dips in the road, and like I mentioned before, that hole that was at Essen Farm in 9,000. It is a cheaper and easier way for the village to fix roads that do have a lot of big potholes, cracks, shoulders falling off. It is annoying, yes, because there is the little rocks on there until they get spewed away or whatever happens. But it is unfortunate that they did make the comment that several residents made them feel uncomfortable complaining to them about certain things that they attempted to clean up or fix. So I have been in contact with one of the brothers. So hopefully they will come back to us next year. If not, I'm not sure what the village would do as far as trying to fix potholes, because that kind of machine is not something a lot of people have. Ben, you talk to him a lot more.
You know what you just said, I have to agree with. It is the most economic way that we could, without resurfacing a street, to fix a street, which holds up reasonably well
It does.
over a number of years. And I mean, it has snow on it, it's plowed, and we have traffic on it, and it does hold up. And it is a very good alternative. And we will address this by the next season.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do whatever's necessary to see if we could make arrangements to have the Provost brothers back in the park.
I have offered to personally ride around with them if they come to town and
We,
work with them. So
We will make
we're getting there.
yeah, we'll make it worth the while to come here.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. I mean, it's two brothers doing their side job. We couldn't ask for a better thing.
No,
So,
for us economically, it's the way to go.
yes,
And we will make every effort to make sure the brothers are taken care of next year.
yes, sir. Thank you, Ben. New info I have is, I was at the village hall today, obviously, doing some work on our counters. We do have these little brochures for anyone. There's Destination Yoga, which is, located, in the back of Sharper Image Homes off the alley, if you're not familiar. They have some specials going on. These are available at the village hall, or I'm sure she has a website. I have. Miss Matt and Christine Wick addressed us last week with what I had talked about, them building some type of residential thing so that they can possibly live in the building. I spoke with our attorneys about it. He is working on it. For anyone concerned about money, we did just get that new fee agreement for things like this. The attorney did send it to Mr. and Mrs. Wick. So when code violations or anything, zoning things have to be changed, we do send that to the people, so that any attorney fees the village gets, I don't know a better word, from this, from rezoning something, the person wanting to rezone it is paying the legal fees, if that makes sense.
Yes.
You guys are all staring at me. It made it come out all weird. Sorry. My face is very red. Okay. This is also a copy of the letter that went out concerning leaf pickup. If you did not receive it or are wondering, it is in the village hall. It gives the information for public service on what to do with leaves if you are interested in getting rid of your leaves. I'm pretty sure we could probably put this up on the Facebook page too, just in case, so, or the village page too, just so anyone is available to get to it. I did bring in the Moments progress report because, well, many people know, there is a fond farewell paragraph in it. And it's written by Mr. Gene Lincoln. And I don't know how many people have read it, but basically says that unfortunately the Moments progress reporter is no longer gonna be printing papers. It's so sad, because it is such a cute little paper. They do cover all of our meetings, they cover moments, they cover all events. And it's just really sad. I just wanna reach out and just thank Glenn and his wife for doing such an amazing job for so long with this amazing paper. It will be dearly, dearly missed. So if anyone is unaware or whatnot, it is actually a really good pair. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Bill.
As far as progress report, they have donated back issues of all their papers from 1980 to present to the Historical Society here in town.
Wow.
We
okay.
tried to get all of them
Yeah.
from the 40s all the way on up, but they were giving them to the Moments Historical Societies to 1980. But we got quite a few of them.
Well, maybe we
so,
can get some copies of the
Yeah.
older ones at least.
Yeah.
Some of
so
the good
that's-
stories.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, no, that's, yeah. So that'll be sad, unfortunately, our little paper, yeah, so. That's what I have on that. Also, I just wanted to bring up, to the trustees, back in August, there was an email sent out requesting job descriptions and duties of, the trustees and the board that you're on. I am still missing one from Ben, Susie, and Robin. So this was from the meeting back in, I believe, July. We had talked about describing what each trustee was responsible for and whatnot, just for the future ones that are coming on that are gonna be newly elected. So if you guys could come up with that, before the next election, that would be good. For example, I have the duties of the police trustee. There's just 6 little tabs of what she's responsible for, along with Frank. And so if Ben, Susie, well, Robin's not here, if you guys could give that to me.
She's got mine. but
Oh,
she
she
just-
has yours? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
That's
I'm just
okay.
trying to read
No,
what
it's
I
all
got.
right. Yeah, yell at her and ask her how she
Okay.
didn't print it.
Like, excuse me.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you remember that or?
Yes, I-
Okay. Okay. And then that is all I have for right now. Do we have a motion to enter into an executive session to discuss employees and employment?
Yes.
Somebody has to say aye. Okay, thank you.
I'll second,
Thank you.
and then they need to vote.
I didn't know
That was your first motion, I think.
I didn't know what you did.
Yeah, he brought it.
No.
Oh, he did.
Could we vote?
No.
Gentlemen, I'm gonna open the meeting up. We have nothing to discuss after that. If you guys wanna come back, we're just discussing some employment and then we'll be done. Thank you guys for coming. Whose jacket is that?
Please don't forget.
Steve.
Hey, Wednesday. Yeah, you know what? Yes, sir.
So,
Are we
I'm sorry.
doing lunch breakfast or anything, or just coffee?
Oh, wow.
Don't do that to
Go
me.
on.
He got his jacket because he was sitting at his table. That's why he got his jacket.
Okay, so.
I can't. So, yes, it will be.
Have a lovely evening, sir.
Oh, yeah.